call this my something pandering, shameless pandering. Yeah, this is the Black Flag song of the set. And I always say that, you know, for me, I had to pick a Henry song. It had to be something that Henry wrote because the songs came from his heart when he sang his own lyrics. So this is the one I picked. Thank you, Henry. It's called Drinking and Driving. 1, 2. Drink. Don't think. Drive. Kill. Get drunk a lot. Work 40 hours a week. Spend half the time hung over saving weed. Have no choice. Tell your friends they drive you too. You can quit anytime that you want. You can't quit anytime that you want. You can't quit anytime that you want. You can't quit anytime. Drink. Don't think. Drive. Kill. Party down till you can't even see.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Conditioned by misinformation, it's just the media telling us lies. Decide the fiction from the truth. Society's slow and tragic demise. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Everyone's got their fucking opinion.
What's happening? It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. I'm sorry about the weird technical issues there. Hopefully we will revisit that clip of our guest today of her new single. So I hope everybody's well. We're back. Seems like I just did this yesterday, right? What's happening in the UK? John, good. It's been a few weeks since we've had a Sunday show. This is true. Sundays get tight in the summer. Ryan Blam, what's up? Speaking of Punk Island, there he is. Bear, bro, what's up? Yeah, you better come down, bro. All right. Before things get ugly, let me bring on my co-host, my co-hostess with the mostest. She's an artist and a bit of a musician hailing from Long Island, New York. She's the co-founder of Women of the Pit, which highlights fans and bands of hardcore punk while supporting gender equality since 2020. Coming at us from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Lori Dawn.
Hostess with the mostest.
I don't know what's going on with the internet, with the show.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like
every time I show a clip, like shit gets fucked up.
Yeah. So.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it.
Hope everybody's having a good weekend.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, and you get extra credit units if you're a father and you're watching my show in the middle of the afternoon on Father's Day. So thank you.
Hopefully you're relaxing in a hammock.
Yeah, right.
Watching this show.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of watching the show, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, Steven?
What's up? What's up?
Happy Father's Day because you are Daryl's father.
Right.
I'll take that. That's
Yeah.
the best. That's the best they're
Yeah.
gonna get from me at this point.
Fur babies count for sure.
Yeah, I'm
What
not.
did you sent me some pictures,
I did.
and I think anybody out there know who this is? Steven shot him the other night.
That's not it.
Give me a second. The internet's acting weird and fucked up.
Like, oh, I know.
Ha.
Yeah.
There
you
we
go.
go.
Yeah.
Here's
Anybody have
here's
any?
the hint.
Anybody have a clue on this?
I got a hint for you. Drew saw this band in 1983
Yeah.
at their absolute height.
I'll show you.
And a lot of our friends were seeing them actually for the first time.
Yeah, and this is their 50th anniversary.
Yeah, this is Jones Beach, right? When
Yes,
they played
correct,
Jones Beach,
correct.
yeah.
I was at this show
Yeah.
in 1983 in San Bernardino. I was at the US Festival, and they played the US Festival.
Yep.
They're one of those bands.
Yeah, one of the bands on. Take a pick. One of the bands on here.
You must choose.
Must choose. Yeah, I should. Oh, there you go. Is it
Yep.
Triumph?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, this is the 50th anniversary of Triumph, and the first time I ever saw them. Which is, I remember when they toured 40 years ago when I was in high school. They toured with Foghat at the Nassau Coliseum, and that was actually
Brutal.
Denise's very first arena show. And I just
Isn't
never-
it one dude from
never-
Triumph? That's it now. It's just the one dude, right? Rick Emmett.
Well,
I
no,
think?
there's two of the three because that's the drummer whose name is Gil Moore. Comes out and sings. That's him singing there.
Right.
And the bassist Mike Levine apparently is very ill, and wasn't able to do this tour. So they got I forget the other gentleman's name, and they have now two guitars. They have a guy named Phil X on second guitar.
Yeah, they got some young dudes,
Yeah.
and they're marching down the road.
Right. Yeah.
And Phil X is a very famous,
RS70 asks what are Triumph's popular songs?
Magic Power, Fight the Good Fight, Lay It on the Line.
No.
Yeah.
No. Is that them?
Yeah. They
Okay.
were one of the bigger 80s. They're another Canadian power
Yes.
trio like Rush,
Yeah.
And
The other Canadian
Yeah.
trio.
now they're a six-piece. In fact, Phil X also plays in Bon Jovi. He's the guy that replaced Richie Sambora in Bon Jovi. And
It's like three guys. and four
Just a
guitars.
mere Bon Jovi association will keep me away. That's it.
I know.
Like,
But-
this guy like farted in the same room as Bon Jovi. I'm out, dude.
But Rick Emmett still plays really well. I mean, he was always a tremendous guitar player, and I mean, I think he's 74 now. He's
Wow.
Are you excited about Punk Island?
I'm super excited about Punk Island.
We're all ready. Women
Yeah.
at the Pit are all ready for this.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
have been we have been hammering away in the behind closed doors for this, and super excited.
That's right. Punk Island is for those who might be living in a cave.
For those about to rock.
For those about to rock and living in a cave, Punk Island is this Sunday, June
Saturday.
27th.
Saturday, yeah. This Saturday.
Right. My birthday's Sunday. Right. Right.
This
Sure.
coming Saturday, yes.
And do you have, because we want to get our guests on, but Lori Dawn, do you have the Punk Island survival kit?
I do have the Punk Island survival kit, and here it is. Since there'll be some porta potties, we have our soft and strong toilet paper. We have disposable gloves. We have disinfectant spray. We have antibacterial wipes for both the toilet seat and your hands.
My God.
We have toilet seat covers. We have masks.
Wow.
I like that you said disrespectant spray in case you get
We
disrespected.
have disrespectful spray.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm a guy, so I mean, I don't just go in there and
We put together a porta potty survival kit.
right.
So if anybody,
Don't worry about the nuclear holocaust. What you need to worry about is you should market that. You should market that. Like,
Yeah.
You should put little Women of the Pit logos on all that stuff.
yo, boom, what's up? This is Drew Stone. I want to talk to you about a great product. This is the Women of the Pit Festival Survival Bag. Listen, nobody wants to go to a festival, put your tushy on the thing, whatever. It's disgusting. Don't be an animal. Listen to me. Pick up the Women of the Pit Survival Porta Potty Kit, and all right, enough silliness.
okay.
All right,
But
Steven.
we will have all this stuff.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Steven, did you see the Knicks graffiti trains?
Oh, actually, I saw a great Knicks graffiti train. In fact, I bet. Look, I don't know if you can see this. Watch this. Check this out.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what he's talking about, I think.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what he's talking about.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
This is the whole.
They let him bomb that, or that's illegal.
No, they didn't let them bomb that. They just did that on their own.
Wow.
They did the
Beautiful.
entire train.
All right.
So,
All right, Steven. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, and I'll
Talk to
see
you
you
soon.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Can't
Wait,
wait.
are you coming to the rehearsal on Tuesday night?
I have poetry rehearsal that night.
Okay.
I'll be ready.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
I'll be ready.
All right. Bye. He's out. Fuck him. He blinked.
That's it.
How dare he?
He can't make rehearsal because he has his band rehearsal.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Let's bring our guest on. I'm looking forward to this.
Me too.
All right, here we go. Let's welcome back an American musician and award-winning dialogue editor hailing from New Haven, Connecticut. As a musician, she is best known for her work with Black Flag, Wax, Sex Sick, The Visitors, The Monsters, Awkward, Twisted Roots, Dose, and of course, her solo work, which brings us here today. As a sound and dialogue editor, her accolades include Emmy Awards and an Oscar that her team won for Mad Max Fury Road. Here today to talk to us about a new solo album, Enigma, and much, much more, please welcome, coming at us from Los Angeles, California, my friend and yours, Kira.
Yo! How's it going?
Good to see
Good,
you.
how are you?
Good to see you. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
How's the weather out there?
Oh, we got a little bit of sunshine, nothing unusual here.
Yeah, right. Did you get a kick out of the Women of the Pit survival?
I
pack?
did. I wanted to know, does it come in a cute little backpack with a logo?
Right.
That's what you need is a little, you need a little.
See,
I
you got to get
show
your branding straight, Lori.
I probably should show this because it's going to be all in this beautiful
There you
Sojourn
go.
Radio.
Okay. There
All
you
right.
go. You got to have a
Our
way to
Sojourn
carry it
Radio.
because you're walking around these festivals. You got to have a way to carry it.
Yes. Yeah. It does come in a nice tote bag.
Good. Good.
Yeah,
So yes,
and hopefully the weather's nice.
Yeah.
it should be beautiful. We're looking forward to it. So.
Don't like playing outside in the rain, man. It is dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get down. Let's chop it up a little bit.
Chop it up. Do it. Hit me.
You know, I think we're gonna go this way with it. Let's talk about the new record first, and then we could always circle back but let's Lori, let's grill her on this.
Okay.
So
Love it.
there you go. Love it. Love the cover.
Yeah.
Who put this cover together? I love it.
Okay, so it was definitely a joint effort. I had this idea. I have this thing about winter trees. And when I say winter trees, of course, I mean LA winter trees, not with snow all over them, but with this sort of stark stick-like effect where you don't, they look almost dead, right? It could be dead or it could just be asleep for the winter. So I love these kind of trees. And I sent some pictures, but we came up with this one, which is more of an artist rendering. And I wanted the moon behind it. And then we came up with the lettering, which is actually the same font as my last record, but it was my idea then to make the color of the moon and the lettering the same, which I think really helps tie it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Really beautiful.
I
So-
think it's beautiful. I try to match it with my hair today.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just going to say there's a theme going on here.
We got that. So why now?
Why now?
Yeah, why now?
Okay, why now? Org Music has been, I don't know if you know this, coming out with some great stuff. They've been doing, re-releases of Descendants and Bad Brain. I mean, stuff is happening at Org Music. So I became part of a set of things that they were going to do. I've been sort of working on getting this out for a couple of years. The concept came together a couple of years ago when I lost a good friend of mine, guitar player, Glenn Brown, who plays on the record a couple of songs and who the song Enigma is about. And I wanted to dedicate the record to him. And so it started to become this concept to put it together to honor him. And then, just working with Org Music about the timing and everything. And July 10th, it will be here. It's available for pre-order right now. A couple of singles have come out already. How Could You? And You Will Feel My Pain.
And here is the link, shoppers, on the upper left there.
Yes.
There's the QR code.
Wow, you guys rock.
Scan it, go right there. This is a beautiful album. I love it. I highly recommend it. So
thank you. Beautiful. I don't know. Do your people love beautiful? Do they want beautiful? I don't know. Let's call it. It is dark. Come on, the content's pretty dark.
I found it pretty calming with everything that goes on in my world.
Yeah, I see that calming. I see, but it's like calming, and maybe I should get the razor out and commit suicide kind of calming.
Are you?
No.
I thought some of the songs were. I mean, actually,
come on, kids, watch this show.
I did think that some of the songs were very, very playful and fun. Like, I love the song "Peas."
Yeah, a little bit of tongue in cheek. Yeah,
I like that one too.
And that's one that has the guitar on it from my friend Glenn Brown. Yes.
Aw, beautiful. And then, some of the songs were darker. I don't know why, but when I looked at the whole song list, I was like, oh, there's a song called "Kill 'Em." I want to listen to that one first.
Yeah, I don't know why, but hey, there's a song called "Kill 'Em."
I just want
why
to
would we
first?
Or "You Will Feel My Pain." Like, why would that sound interesting?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it kind of runs the gamut here of emotions throughout the entire album.
You're right. And beautiful is punk, someone said, and I agree with that. I think punk is anything you make it, right? I'm fighting against whatever it is that's obvious or, expected.
Yeah. But and this was recorded at your brother's studio? Right?
Actually, it was produced there. It was recorded at my drummer Dave Bach's place. He and I were in the same room for the whole thing, which I know sounds weird, but the first record was done all like virtual band style, where we never were in the same room. And this one was sort of much more recorded like a traditional recording with everybody together and making basic tracks. And then in Paul's studio, we added the vocals and we did the mastering and the producing of the record. There's the first one. Yeah. Right. The blue. The blue.
Right.
And my beautiful boy, Umbrito.
There you go.
Beautiful.
What was it produced? Did Paul?
Yeah. Paul and I produced it together. Okay. He and I, he produces a lot of stuff, but my music is a little bit strange. So we work together. We work together on his parts. I start with him with a second bass line and help him evolve some parts. So his parts are just amazingly cool and a combination between very pianistic, but then also a little bit of bassistic because it has a starting point there. And then when it comes to the vocals, I always appreciate his feedback. He's really good at helping me get what I need there. And then when we mixed it, we did it together. And then we brought in our drummer too, as well, to give feedback and stuff. So it's a very collaborative effort.
Good. And are you gonna play out behind it?
Oh man, I really want to play out. Like I'm for a first time in a while. Yeah. I've been feeling like I really want to do this, but it's gonna take a little bit of magic, if you will. Like I'm not just gonna crawl in the van and go driving around the country. I gotta make something special happen. I gotta maybe team up with somebody. I gotta make something magic happen. So it hasn't happened yet.
That makes sense. It's a different world out there. Unless you're like, in your teens or your 20s where you don't care. You're just doing it for pure adventure.
Well, Phoebe Bridgers, man, what she's doing is really cool. I mean, the pop-up tours announced the day of, the social media. Look, anything goes like that. Like, fight the power and just have a gig in the middle of nowhere and say first come, first serve. Like, I love this idea. Of course, you have to be huge like Phoebe is, but I love it. The very DIY kind of thing. There's a lot of cool stuff happening with social media, and I'm excited by that. I'm on Insta for the first time, and I'm pushing it. I want people to check out the record, and I want to go promote it.
Pat Baldwin asks, how did she come to work with Glenn and Dave on this record and the last?
Well, Glenn I've known since I was in junior high. He was my brother's friend going all the way back. And that's a long way if you're okay. And then we lost track of each other, and we actually reconnected on MySpace, about 2007, 6 or 7. And then we started virtual bands, sending things back and forth from Cleveland and stuff. So he and I have been sort of consistently through our life doing things. Now, Dave, I met because he does the same thing I do work-wise. He's a sound editor, dialogue editor like myself. So I met him in that context, but it turned out he's this amazing drummer. He actually tours some with the Avengers. He plays with a lot of bands. He's super active, right? Always. He's always working on the biggest movies and playing in a bunch of bands. That's just Dave. But he says he loves doing the Cure music, and we work together to do some really interesting, more delicate drum parts. And it's a lot of fun to make him squirm, sort of like, can you make it a little more delicate?
Yeah.
There is like a very diverse, emotionally diverse body of work on this album. Did it happen in a small time frame or a large time frame? Do you write every day or play every day?
There's always songs in progress, I would say. And some of these songs were in progress a while ago. That's why I was able to have Glenn on that record, because they had demos and he had played on the demos years ago. And then many of them are more recent. And honestly, since Enigma, there's more stuff. It just keeps coming with me. I process my life by writing songs, my emotions, my feelings, right? So something happens, I feel something, I write something, and then I go over to Paul's, I go over to Dave's. Like, that's just kind of how I live, and packaging it into a record is the unusual part.
Interesting. Yeah. So, and you're writing this all on your bass?
Yes, in my room by myself.
That was my question, yeah.
That and my voice, which very much becomes a part of the songwriting process, because things are so sparse. The voice is another instrument there. But yeah, it's usually 2 basses and a voice to start with, and then I bring it to Paul, and I bring it to that's Dose, and I bring it back to Paul and Dave to work on.
I just wanted to get a visual with you and a bass on there.
Yeah. Oh, I never wear a bass. No, I play most days. That's the truth of it. And bass is very physical. You have to practice. That's my argument, anyway.
Yeah. And this is and this right there is the magical blue bass.
This is the magical blue bass, which sounds better than any bass. I challenge anyone to come up with a better sounding bass than mine. We record it direct in. We don't do anything to it, and it just sounds.
Oh, I love it.
Amazing.
And so, what about it makes it magical? What about the sounds that you prefer?
It's just that it has all the frequencies. It's very clean. It's all the frequencies. There's not a lot of fret noise. There's no extra sounds, incredible sustain. The notes will last as long as I want them to. Sometimes at the end of songs on the recording, I will stand there and hold it and look at my drummer because he's waiting for it to end so he can stop recording, right? And I'm just standing there going, yeah, I could do this all day. I mean, it's just one of those guitars, and every guitar is different. So you just have to, you know, you have to enjoy the ones that you have. I have another one that the same guy built in the same way, and it sounds totally different.
Huh.
It's
And
crazy.
the fact that you can also you can both record with it and play live is
It's really clean. I mean, I guess if you really wanted something that didn't sound clean, and there's lots of people who are looking for maybe a grittier sound, then maybe you could argue it isn't that. It doesn't have a real gritty sound ever, but you could make it gritty. There's tools for that, you know.
Right. And is that a short scale as well?
It is. It's I call it my old lady bass. It's a 3/4 scale copy of a Rickenbacker, except Mike Watt made it have a Telecaster headstock because he thinks Rickenbacker headstocks are funky the way there's two on either side. So he originally designed it with this guy and told him to put a Telecaster headstock. So there's no guitar anywhere like it. But this guy, Mark Garza, has it up there. If you want to buy one of these, he will make you one. Okay. He's out there. Garz Guitars.
Yeah.
Do you hear that insane guitar collecting audience?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. You could have a Kira bass.
Yeah. LaRose says, thank you, Kira, for justifying why we buy so many guitars.
I don't have a lot of guitars. The truth is, I have 2 Rickenbackers from the old days, and I have 2 of these new ones. And actually, the reason I have 2 of these new ones is because my blue one was stolen, and for 10 days it was gone. And Mike had this guy start making another one for me because I was curled up on the ground crying. And he started a new one. And then when we got my blue bass back, I wasn't going to tell the guy, oh, never mind. So I had him finish it. But that's the only reason. There's one of my blue Rickenbackers. There you go. I stand around like that all the time with my blue Rickenbackers.
But that's one of the basses from back in the day, right?
Back in the day, yes. I only had 2, and one of them actually Mike bought for me after Black Flag. I only had this one during all the touring and recording, and we recorded all the records with that one.
Wow, and those are very, very heavy basses.
I don't have any problem with my neck at all here at 65. Not a bit.
Yeah.
Only 50 years of having those basses on my shoulders did nothing at all to my physicals.
Well, that's incredible.
I'm lying. I actually have a strap. I have a strap that's custom made that goes on my right shoulder and around my waist because I can't even put it on my left shoulder anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, Craig Satari's got that strap that goes on both shoulders.
Look,
it's like a little harness.
I know a guy also. This guy who made this one for me also makes ones that just go around your waist, which I don't love that one because it makes me arch my back. But I mean, you adapt, man. You keep adapting as your body changes. Just figure out a new way, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned you went to University High School, right?
I did for 10th grade only. Yeah.
Is that like this shot of is that Darby Crash and you playing bass and?
Oh, that's at the New Mask, what we call the New Mask. That was many years after that. My brother went to high school with Darby. He was the same age as him, and they were at Uni High together. I was still in junior high when they met, and then I went to 10th grade at Uni High, and then on to a different school. But we knew the Germs from the original days, and this was sort of a famous friends, they called it. Paul is up on the stage with us too, and that's Nikki B from the Weirdos, and that's Stanley from the Dickies. So it was like this all-star band for like a Christmas event or something.
There you go.
And I was nobody. I was the nobody of the group because I hadn't done Black Flag yet, right? So I'd only been in little bands. Nobody who knew who I was, but Paul was in the Screamers, so everybody else was in bigger band. When I say big, I mean the few hundred people in LA that were punk rockers would go to the shows.
Yeah. Right. And that also was right about the same time as Twisted Roots, right?
that Twisted Roots. There were a few incarnations, but
Yeah.
yes, that's a similar time frame. I think this may be I'm 17 years old. I think the other one may be later. Yeah, that's the first incarnation of Twisted Roots with Pat from the Germs, who goes on and plays in Nirvana and Foo Fighters. And Maggie and I went to high school together. So we were in 12th grade at Hollywood High together. That's where we met. And this is shortly after that. That's her boyfriend, Emil, who eventually played in Black Flag. And my brother Paul on the far right to left. And he depending on how you look at it. And he, at the time, was no longer in the Screamers. So this was his band. He wrote all the songs. And, most bands are benevolent dictatorships, we hope. And this was his.
Yeah. Before this is Twisted Roots before they got poached by Black Flag for a drummer and a bass player. Twisted Roots was their go-to. Like shit, we need a drummer.
They were the farm team.
Yeah, like fuck, man, we need a bass player. Got any ideas?
Oh, sad but true. I wonder if Paul feels that way. I think Paul kicked me out of that band a couple of times, though. I think I was kicked out. I wasn't poached. I was kicked out and available. I was poached from DC3, from Dez's band DC3 to play in Black Flag.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how does the brother sister, like, like the family dynamics, how does that work for or work against when you guys are working on a project together?
I feel like we work really well together, but then if you ask our drummer, he will sometimes say to us, this is why you don't get in a band with siblings. So he has to experience the fact that Paul and I will at times fall into old patterns, but it's very rare. I would say, very rare that we fall into some of that old bickering. It can happen, and that's probably just from all the years. But most of the time, it's very positive, I would say. Yeah, we're very close. My mom moved away, and the two of us were the only ones in LA. So we've been, going to family events together, and just been very close. And still to this day, on July 4th, we're going to his house, and the family's getting together. So it's much more than just we do music together. We're also family. And his son Adam has a band, and they come up, and so the family is a unit. The LA part is very strong.
Cool. What is the background? I mean, we're poking around here, and we're going to make our way back to the record, but what's going on here?
Okay, that's just somebody wanted. Remember back in the day here during the mask days, goes back to, I'm probably 16, so we're talking 77 in the mask. You have a photographer, right? Because nobody's got phones and taking pictures, right? So a photographer has to say, hey, I want to take a picture. And all of these freaky punk rockers happen to be around and want to get in the pictures because we don't have a lot of photographers. We don't have a lot of documentation. So this is just kind of everybody who was at the mask at a time when this photographer was there, probably telling a story about one of the bands. You got Belinda, and this is pre-Go-Go's time. And you've got Geza X, who was doing the Deadbeats at that time, and other Deadbeats familiars. And Geza lived at the Mask, so I sometimes hung out there. We got Lorna and Darby from the Germs there. It's a beautiful shot of a lot of old punkers.
That young little baby there that's probably like 35 now.
It reminds me of that famous shot, A Day in Harlem, where everybody it just captures.
So different back then because the photographers weren't there. People are always like, well, give me a picture from back, and it's like, I have nothing. I didn't have a phone. I wasn't taking any pictures.
RS asks, epic mask stories are rare. Could you sort of summarize what for those that are not familiar with the mask? What was the mask? What did it mean to you, and what did it mean to basically the Hollywood community at the time?
So the Mask was basically a basement underneath the Pussycat Theater that had a room with a tiny stage, like literally a 6-inch stage. And then it had a bunch of rooms along the side that became practice places. And some bands had monthly practice places. So they literally had locked door, could keep their stuff there kind of places. And then there was a room where they had hourly practice places too. And in 12th grade, I actually worked there for a while. Like what it meant to me was I was practicing there with my band, and I made an arrangement with the guy who ran it that I would hang out and let bands in and out and work for him so he could leave because he was stuck there all the time. After school, I would come there. If he fed me lunch and gave me free practice time. So I got no money for this, but I would hang out there and let bands in and out. And he trusted me at, 17 to, handle the money and let the bands in and out. And then he also gave me practice time because, look, we were broke. That's the other thing that people don't realize a lot of times is that there was just literally nothing but really broke heart, people who are really hurting and not having trouble keeping jobs or getting jobs. Sure. A lot of real weirdos, literally, so times were tough.
Hollywood.
Yeah, so times were tough. And so something like that, an arrangement where I could get practice time meant a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't have cash.
Yeah.
And the bands that played they weren't like did the rough and tumble guys like TSOL, did they come up and play
yeah, eventually. Not I mean at first
Flag,
yes,
Suicidal,
yes.
all that.
Well, right around, the mask got permanently shut down at a certain point in this trend, and it was just starting to be. Black Flag definitely came up before it closed, but some of the other bands didn't make it in time for the mask. But it was all very Hollywood at first because the scene felt very small. It was starting to spread, but we didn't necessarily know it. We were just had our little Hollywood scene, and then eventually some other bands started showing up. Minutemen showed up pretty early. There were bands who were looking for gigs, basically, who would come up to Hollywood. But the mask got shut down permanently by the fire marshals, who were very active in the Hollywood scene too. I think you have to keep the fire marshals in mind. They're closing down everything. Yeah. They're closing down the whiskey if you let too many people in. They're closing down clubs left and right, any kind of hall. They're very active. The police are very active. There's a lot of struggle. It's really important not to hang out front of the gigs. You guys know with New York and everything, if you too many punkers in front of a show is just asking for trouble, right?
Yeah, things have changed. I mean, it's a long way from, let's go walk around the neighborhood and look for a VFW hall, or maybe a church. Hi, we're gonna do a new wave dance party.
Yeah,
that's what we used to tell them. We're doing a new wave dance party. And
there were a few clubs that would they do punk rock for a while, and then they'd say no more punk rock, like the Whiskey or the Starboy, and then they no more punk rock, and then they would start letting it back again, Hong Kong Cafe, but there were some that stuck around for long enough that the name meant something, even if they ended up moving, So the mask became, got shut down. Then there was the new mask for a little while because Brendan tried to keep the thing going, but it was hard, like paying rent, right? In LA.
That was Brendan Mullen, right?
Yes. Yeah. He was the guy who ran the mask, and he tried to keep mask 2 continuing, but eventually that shut down as well.
Here is a shot of, just so everybody could get the visual. This person was on the loose in Hollywood in 1977, kids.
That's taken at the Canterbury, which was this apartment building right up the street from the mask where a bunch of the punkers lived. This guy let people rent apartments, bless him. And there were a bunch of punkers living there. Nicky Beat and his girlfriend Alice Bagg lived there. She dressed me for that occasion and took the pictures and did my makeup and stuff. I was not that put together.
You're right.
That was a particularly put together for this photo kind of event. They
Nice.
dressed me. I never put little ties around my neck like that. Like that was totally
right.
posed. That was Kira dressed up by Nikki and Alice.
Yep.
I was a mess, you know.
Aw.
I was in school. I didn't have any money. I was just, and I was a tomboy most of the time. I just wore a t-shirt and baggy pants,
That's cool. That's fine.
Right. I'm just saying, so it was funny. Some of the girls wanted me to look like the punk rock chicks, right? With the makeup and everything. I didn't do that. They were girls who were famous just because they looked cool. They'd be on the cover of Flipside, right? And they didn't even play in a band. They just looked really cool. But I wasn't like that.
Now you have them all on social media, right?
Yeah.
Those influences.
I'm an influencer.
And
What do you do?
They
I'm
just
an
tap their
influencer.
nails on things.
I don't know that, but I'm trying to get to know. Like I said, I've been super impressed by Phoebe Bridgers, what she's doing, because she's breaking the Ticketmaster mold. She's doing some stuff using social media that is starting to be more DIY, and I'd love to see more of that stuff from more bands, like trying to put together shows again like that. Like now you can spread the word via social media. You don't have to involve the promoters who just are taking money out of everybody's pockets,
Yes, here in New York, there's a lot of what do you call them? Break-in shows. They're doing that a lot now. These break-in shows, a lot here in New York, where they sort of they can communicate via social media or whatever, and say at this point, this address at this time, and everyone shows up and they clip the lock and they go in and they play a show. The cops kind of just.
And they show up with a PA system. That's awesome. The last show I played in Black Flag, we couldn't get a gig in LA because we were too big for the clubs and too small for the big venues. So we literally did a power patch downtown and played outside, put up our PA system, hooked up to some power and played until they shut us down.
Yeah, and this was the last lineup that you with Black Flag. That's Anthony Martinez, right?
That's him. And this is before the last tour, which was a 4-month tour, and I was kicked out right after that. Yeah.
Right.
Now, back in the early days.
Oh, wait, one quick question, Lori. Is that Spawn Ranch?
It is. That was again. You got a photographer, Naomi Peterson, who arranges to meet us somewhere, and you do a photo shoot. That's what you have to do to have any pictures from back then.
Right.
So it's a photo shoot we did at Spawn Ranch.
Sorry, Laura. I just kind of noticed that because I just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood again.
Yeah.
And, I personally I enjoy it. I think it's very well done. I really good film.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big everything Tarantino does is great. There's a couple of things I don't care for.
Me
but
too.
I thought this was very, very well done. Being a child of the late 60s and the 70s, I thought it was fantastic. So
me too.
For sure.
That's what he says. That is Spawn Ranch. Is Spawn Ranch still there in any form? Is it? They must be so sick of people coming through there by now.
I don't know. It's probably pretty well protected if it's still there. It's probably pretty well fenced in so that people can't just visit there. What were you going to ask about the old days, Lori?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
When you were first starting out and honing your craft, your bass.
Yeah.
What musicians or music inspired you and your playing?
That's a great question, Lori, because I was listening to a lot of stuff, obviously, but I have to say that to me, the biggest influences are the people I'm playing with. It was Glenn Brown, my guitar player, who was teaching me how to what a groove was and what rock and roll was and how to play kind of more loose. Because when I first started, I just practiced a lot and I was super stiff, and he would teach me, how to play more rock and more loose. And so he influenced me a lot. And then
classically trained from the piano, right? So
when I was little, I played piano. And then when I first picked up to the bass, I had a jazz teacher actually who I worked with for a while. But then I really needed him to teach me what rockin' was, and he did that. And then Mike Watt influenced me a lot because of playing with him for so long. So I feel like it's really the biggest influences have been more, what I do, who I'm playing with, because it's such an everyday event, right? And it's
I like
affecting
that.
me so much. And what I listen to I don't feel identification. I can enjoy it, but I don't necessarily feel like, oh yeah, that's me. You know, there's great bass players I could name, but I never identified with them like I could be that. You know, I was over here just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. What
Yeah.
are some bass players that you consider to
Well,
be?
what impresses me about a bass player is how perfect they are for the band, like Paul McCartney or, you know, ZZ Top, you know, these bands where the bass player isn't necessarily standing out, but he's just doing exactly what they need, you know, Geezer Butler, hello, you know, just like incredible, perfect things that you don't necessarily call attention to themselves, but without them, it's completely just kind of a mess, you know, and it forms the structure, but without calling attention to itself. Like I'm not impressed by someone who can play a lot of notes. Generally, I think fewer notes is more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the space between the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, that's what I learned. And Mike Watt taught me a lot about that when we were in DOS and we were trying to both be the front, you know, so we had to figure out how to leave holes and fill holes and play very much. It sounds jazzy because there's a lot of counterpoint, but it's really just bass wars. It's like finding space and trying not to step on each other, but grab all the available space.
Yeah.
That the other guy's leaving.
Yep.
I think I know in the band I'm in, we've sort of arrived at separation.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way we're rolling. As we're not doing a lot. We don't do a lot of layered guitars and a lot of layered. To us, we want separation.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what we've been.
That's a great word for it.
Yeah.
You want to be able to pick out what somebody's doing and not just step all over each other. You know, it's really cool. You know, Black Flag was a lot of this, just like everybody on the beat and we're all on top of each other. And it's really cool to listen to and it's really cool to do. But it's also kind of one thing. And one, you know, then I want to do something else after that for a while, you know.
Is it what is these Kira's bass lines and Six Pack on the Live in '84 record are killer. Sounds like more going on. Sounds like more going on than what Chuck.
I don't think so, man.
Don't. How dare you?
I don't think so. I think I'm playing exactly what I was told to play, which would be Chuck's line. Bill and Greg were both pretty strong personalities, and I was the newbie in the band, so there was never a time when I was just going off and adding a few notes. I was doing what I was told. I was a not hired gun.
Yeah. You know, this is an older picture. Look how skinny Bill Stevenson is.
Yeah.
I know you probably went through this a billion times, but just for those that are just coming around the show, could you give us the kind of abbreviated version? How did you end up in Black Flag? Like, how did you try out? Like, what was the joining Black Flag process?
Yeah, it was. I was playing in DC3, like I mentioned, a 3-piece band with Des playing guitar and writing the songs and a drummer, and we were practicing the same place that Black Flag was practicing. And one day I get a call from Henry saying, "Chuck's out. Do you want to play?" And I was like, they were my favorite band. I'm like, yeah, I want to play. And he said, stay after practice and jam with Bill and Greg. So one day after practice, I kind of hang out and said, do you guys want to jam? They acted like they knew nothing about this, by the way. But I'm like, okay, well, do you guys want to jam? And they're like, oh, okay. So we jammed. And at the end of it, they said, so do you want to be our bass player? And I said, well, I got to finish school. And they said, okay, we'll work around your schedule. And I was like, okay, done.
Wow.
It was that fast.
And Dukowski still worked in the office?
He was scheduled all the time.
Or was he kind of like, I had enough?
He never made me feel badly or awkward. He's a very accepting, kind guy and never made me feel bad. I sometimes felt strange for it, but the band shifted into playing kind of different things, and people started to sort of hate me for making them play slow or whatever, and things changed enough that maybe he felt some distance from it, I hope, because I don't know that it was all completely clean, but for a long time he was the one managing the office and scheduling the tours, and he actually was the one who told me I was out of the band too, in a very kind way.
He's a gentle soul.
Yeah, I would say so.
Have you seen your Hardcore Legends trading cards?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I was involved slightly in this. So this is a picture I picked because I thought it was funny and nobody else liked it as a promo shot. So I was like, well, I'll give him this picture because I thought it was great. My husband took that picture, actually.
And the back.
Yeah. And Paul has a Hardcore trading card too. Did you know that? Yeah.
Hey, Joshy, I know you're watching out there, Josh. Is Kira in the first run, in the first set of cards? I think he's actually physically printing up a couple sets.
Yeah. He told me I was going to be in the first run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Fun fact, Kira joined Black Flag while attending UCLA, where she majored in engineering and economics. Mm-hmm. A condition of her joining the band was that their tours would be booked around her school schedule. Years later, she began work in the film industry as a dialogue ADR supervisor. Her first film was 1998's I Woke Up Early the Day I Died, and she has continued since then working on films like Joker. That's when we last spoke. Right. Thor, Love and Thunder, love that film. Freakier Friday, wow. Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows, Fury Road, Man of Steel, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of credits. I've worked on a lot of movies. It takes it's usually about a 3-month run on a movie. So, over the years, you rack up a lot of different kinds of movies, It's fun. I got to work on Project Hail Mary, which was a really great movie.
I was just about to ask you about that.
Yeah,
I just watched it. Could you give us any perspective on Project Hail Mary?
I felt right off like this is a great movie. I mean, this is a movie that anyone could like. It's very heartwarming and rah-rah, like save the universe. And there's so many good feelings about it that I was sure that people could jump in on it. It's just a very well told story. It was a good book, and I thought they did a great job. And then it has done well, which I'm thrilled about, because it was just one of those while I worked on it that I was like, this is really good, And a lot of times I don't know because I have no perspective on it, I'm working on every sentence of the movie, so I'm very zoomed in. So I never know really if something's good, but this one I felt was good for sure.
It had a good. I just watched it.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, I like those. I like those kind of films.
Yeah.
Man stranded in space films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was fun and easy to like.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was also a lot of hard work. So it's nice to get through it and feel like it came out a success.
Are you working on anything film-wise that you could mention?
I am working on a movie right now. I can't really talk about it too much, but I work on a lot of big and small movies. This one isn't a particular big movie. I don't expect it to be. Yeah. But hopefully continue to work for a couple more years and then retire. The cool thing about working in this industry is that there are pauses between them when I can do music stuff, and I can plan stuff around. So I end up now working some of the time and then being much more music focused during the times in between. I just love that project to project effect.
Yeah, makes sense. What was the biggest challenge making this record?
I would say the biggest challenge for me is always the sort of marketing aspect, the sort of changing from creating to trying to get people to want it, trying to making that contact and asking a record label to put it out, all of those kinds of things, because it's so unnatural to me to do. I'm such a introvert. that coming out and asking, hey, will you put out my record? Or coming out and doing this and saying, hey, check out my record. I swear it's really good. It's not necessarily what you listen to all the time, but don't you want to listen to different shit?
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't you want to mix it up sometimes? Don't you want to be a nonconformist and like something weird? This is, in punk rock, weird, it was cool.
Yes, absolutely. And this record is it's beautiful. I mean, it's very simple, but like it's kind of jazzy and bluesy and sexy.
Do you feel like you connect to the emotions? I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. Like give you little taste of an emotion you felt, like something you can say, yeah, I know what she's talking about here a little bit. Like really dig in to the point where the listener gets to, we haven't necessarily experienced the same thing, but something like it we've been through. And there's these common emotions that we all feel. And I'm really trying to get down into your soul a little bit with that.
Absolutely. Like you listen to the songs, you listen to the lyrics, like the two songs that I really liked, like peas. I'm like, yeah, that's about, I don't want peas for breakfast. Like, peas are okay, but I don't want them for breakfast,
Right. But then there's this analogy to like, maybe I was with you last night, but I'm not sure I want to be with you today. Right. It's like I made a sort of pun on it into something else.
Like, you're okay, but not right now.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure it's really going to work out for the long haul.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You. And the other song, How Could You, which you released already.
Yeah.
How could you? And it's like, even though I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, don't we sometimes feel that way? We're so hurt by something that we're so caught up in, what did you do? How could you do that? And then you kind of you calm down enough to see that it was a little more complicated than just how could you.
In that, but still.
But still, that hurt.
Yes. Yeah. So
as my dad taught me very young, don't react in the moment.
Yeah, think about it for a second.
Don't react, and I try to exercise that in my. Because anytime I have, I've pretty much regretted it.
Yeah, the lyrics are very poignant.
Yeah,
very poignant. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
What is Steve? We're going to take a break in a second, but zip ahead, Steve. I saw Black Flag the first time with Kira in 1984 at Sports 9 Roller Rink in Morganville, New Jersey, with Saccharine Trust, Secret Side, and Detention. Great show. Hey.
Nice. 84 tour. Yeah, there was some good stuff happening back then. The My War tours. It was funny because during the My War tours, I was myself. I wore T-shirts and jeans and stuff. And then on the 85 tour, Henry made this offhand remark like, it'd be really cool if you got dudded up really every time. So I got all this lace outfits and I dyed my hair purple and I did this whole sort of girly look for that next tour. And people asked if I was the same Kira.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm just going to just sort of ask, handle this any way you see appropriate. What do you think of the new Black Flag that's out there?
Oh, ask me that. Yes. I think probably with these kids, there is a new rage and energy. It's probably as good as it's ever been, or at least as it was till way back, right? He's bringing in new energy and new excitement. And I think that's great idea. Like if you want to do this, if you want to play those songs, I'd rather they did a new record, and maybe they will. But if you want to do Black Flag and you want to try to recreate something, like you need this energy, and I think it probably has that. I haven't seen it, but I'm banking on it being pretty good.
I'm right there with you. You speak for me.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I know my perspective is a little bit different just from being a bit of a music archaeologist, but to me it's a great celebration of the music also, and people people want to hear that music, and if people want to hear that music, I'm all for it. I'm not the one, there's not this guy in there. I find it as the music is joyous and it's a celebration. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to play with the other guys, right? Yeah. So you could go see Flag if you want to see that version. I think it's all great. The one thing that happened is that punk rock got really big.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, starved and sweated and bled all over it, and them getting a little bit of recognition, it's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
I never thought it would happen, but it's kind of that's the one thing I can say about it. I personally do not really want to rehash the old stuff, but I think they all deserve the credit and the recognition. It's great stuff, and if people are that much more interested now, cool. They deserve it.
That's very gracious of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is.
But I'm going to do my own thing. Just to be clear,
Right.
I'd rather do new music.
Yeah.
Cliff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. There's your buddy Cliff.
Yeah.
You know what I really enjoyed on Enigma is your brother's keyboards.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Is he playing all the keyboards on the record? Including the organ? Yes. Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does everything. All the other instruments are bass, voice, and drums.
Sure.
Yeah, we've definitely worked together on his parts, but what is amazing is that he really embraced this role of the interplay with me. And bought into the system, if you will, and what happens is he just does this cool shit that I would never expect, but he adds these and makes it pianistic. He comes up with chords that maybe aren't there, so it's really fun to evolve it into a piano part. And I too think his playing on it is amazing.
Yeah, I picked up on it.
And the keyboards are genius.
They're dancing. Yeah, they're dancing.
Yeah. There's a lot of interplay there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I consider myself fortunate, and I actually recorded something in Paul's studio.
You did? Cool.
Yeah, I got hired to do a voiceover thing, and it's one of some crazy animated film, Cat something.
Okay.
And I think Jackie Grisham recorded up at your brother's. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, so they asked me if I would do it, and then I said, well, I'm going to be out in LA in a couple weeks, and somehow I ended up at your brother's.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was easy.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of good stuff. Yeah, he's doing a lot of great stuff there, and like I said, my drummer Dave has a great studio as well, and we practice there. I'm so lucky, right? I have these people in my life who I can just go to and do music with, because I don't have the facility. I can write stuff in my room, and I do, and I have Pro Tools, and I can record and everything. But at a certain point, to take it out and collaborate with these guys is what it's all about. It's like I said, the marketing part, that's hard, but the creating and the collaborating is great fun.
There's also a second female voice on the record, really beautiful. Who is that?
Yeah, Petra Hayden. She is the daughter of a guy named Charlie Hayden, who was a jazz bassist, right? And they were triplets, the three of them. And Petra is one of three amazing triplets. They're all super talented, but she has an incredible voice, and she plays violin. On my first record, she played violin and sang, and this one she just sang. But I'm able to just say to her, I need this. And she comes back with this huge amount of stuff, like, here you go, and like, piles on for me. Like there's a song in which she had like 17 tracks of vocals she added and I got to play with it. There's another song I went to her and I said, I just can't get a melody for this song. And she came up with 25 melodies, and I mixed them all together to create her vocal line. I mean, she's just amazingly talented and a good friend. And I always try to include her because she's just one of those people that can give you something special if you ask.
Yeah. Everybody out there, look up her father, Charlie Hayden.
And look up what she's done. She has done some mind-blowing stuff out there, and with her sisters as well. The triplets have done some great stuff. So, and their brother is a bass player. So it's an incredible musical family that I happen to know and love.
Cool.
Yeah. She was a really beautiful addition.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautifully mixed in.
Hey, let me/us do a sponsor break here. We got a couple minutes.
Okay.
Let us do some sponsor stuff. We'll come back and we'll chop it up some more. We'll take some questions from around the world. I'll see you in a minute, Kira.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you in a minute too.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go, yo.
Since 1992, Generation Records has been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as t-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Will that be cash or in debt?
Do you mean debit?
Yes. Sorry. Another eternally satisfied customer.
Yo, what's happening? I'm out here at one of our all-ages Sunday matinees on the Bowery. I hope that you are enjoying today's show. I just want to let you know that the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live needs your support. Please step up. There is a Patreon page that has a lot of unique program. Shows are announced there first. Lots of good stuff. There's a PayPal address right there on the screen if you want to make a contribution. There's also a super chat function. You could do that, but the bottom line is this show exists because of your support. We're going to be doing it for a long, long time. Thank you for all your support through the years. Back to the show.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Conditioned by misinformation, it's just the media telling us lies. Decipher fiction from the truth, society's slow and tragic demise. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Everyone's got their...
And we're back to New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Our guest today is Kira. Let's bring Lori on. Hey, do you know that Punk Island is 6 days away?
No, I didn't. Thanks for reminding me.
And we're playing and you have a table. So that's like the Back to the New York Hardcore Roots series. We have a stage at Punk Island this year. It's going to be great. And Women of the Pit is going to be set up right next to us. So big event coming up this Saturday.
Very exciting, yes. I'm actually all packed up already here, so that's why you see these little.
Ah.
Dad, it's a day in the park.
Yeah, let's just hope for great weather, right? So
I think it should be good weather so far. It's not too hot. I think the high is 80 or something like that. You know.
Yeah. I've been there when it's nice. When it's a nice New York day, it's beautiful. And also, we got back down at the Bowery Summer Mayhem, 6 bands. DJ Mrs. Stone, which would be my wife is DJing, Rochelle.
Fantastic.
And that's our next Back to the Hardcore Roots free show at the Bowery Palace. ID is playing on the streets again the 19th, along with Mess and Benton Army and a couple others. That's at the Meadows. Then we're playing the Savage Mountain Punk Fest with Agent Orange and the Effigies and Rebelmatic. And on the rebound from that, in of all places, Bethlehem, PA, it looks like we're playing some kind of a skate park or the alley next to the park.
Where's the Savage Mountain one?
Savage Mountain Punk Fest is in Cumberland, Maryland.
Okay.
It's way the fuck out there, man.
Okay.
That's why this year, we got invited to play. That's why we're doing this the next day.
Right.
We're like, if we're going that far out, let's do something on the rebound.
Yeah, way back, yeah.
Yeah. And then tell them about this.
And then, okay, so Sunday, August 23rd, we are at Tompkins Square Park with the Women of the Pit School Supply Drive. We're going to be helping some schools in need in the area with the school supply drive. Sonic Bomb, World of Chaos, Butterbrain, My War playing. It's going to be a fun day out for a good cause. Punk Rock Saves Lives will also be there handing out harm reduction supplies. And they'll have the the bone marrow donor registry signups as well. So, yeah.
And then a month after that is Bad Luck 13
Where we will
Tompkins
destroy,
Square Park, which is going to be an absolute melee. So,
which will be the end of Tompkins Square Park as we know it.
yeah. Well, they can't burn the park down.
No, I mean, no, they can't. I mean, theoretically, they can't, right?
That's why I'm putting it in the park. It's like, you know, that's the
Yeah,
worst thing you can do in the park, right? That said, let's bring our guest back on.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I found a good one. This
You just keep throwing it at me, don't
this
you?
is a good one. This
Okay.
is a good one. I love what you're wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Your necklace.
Oh, you know what this is? This is Candy Cane. That was my name back then. Candy Cane. I have a chain on my neck. I think I'm punk, but I haven't cut my hair yet. I got my blonde Rickenbacker that got stolen, never got it back. Yeah, wax, 16 years old and punk rocker.
I love the lock. It's like a combo lock. Like,
I thought it was so punk, right? I'm screaming on the mic.
That's as punk as it
This
gets.
is the Whiskey A Go-Go show, I think.
Oh, yep. Josh says.
Oh man, you nailed me.
Yeah.
Love it. You know, it seems to me a lot that when, you know, like I'll see a picture of a band that I don't know and there's a woman in the band, I often say to myself, oh, she's probably either the singer or the bass player. And I'm usually right, you know. What do you think draws so many women to the bass?
It's an interesting question because I thought myself that it had to do when you play piano. I'm left-handed, so when I play piano, the left hand is sort of the bass line. And I always thought that somehow that drew me. But now when I've seen so many women bass players, as you point out, I think that there are other fields where women specialize, and I think that there's a detail orientedness to the idea of tying the drums and the melody lines or the chord changes and stuff together that is very it's very detail oriented, which women tend to lean towards those sorts of things. It's a little less I get to do whatever I want, and it's a little more like I gotta find a way to tie this all together. So it sort of fits our personality, I think.
I believe that's right. Yeah. No, I believe that's right. We're good chaos organizers, you know.
Yeah, and there's a reason why we're there, right? We're there to tie it all together, not to necessarily, like we talked about before with me. I like a bass player who doesn't stand out, but rather who ties it all together. And it's a tough job, so give it to the woman.
Absolutely.
Anybody out there these days that you see play that you just you love them, you've always loved them? Anybody out there like somebody I just still love that he's still doing it?
From the old days or okay, right now, a couple of weeks ago I went to Bright Eyes at Hollywood Bowl. Was fucking awesome. I think that what those guys are doing, I love him. He's playing at his height. He was playing 2 records that I love. He's sort of doing a nostalgia thing, celebrating 20 years. Love the guy. I love a band called La Dispute. They're really cool. So I got some not old guys doing it. And then Kim Gordon's putting out new music, really excited about that, and she's doing it in a way that's new and different, and always good to see something like that. So check that out. So yeah, I've been watching on Instagram, like I said, Phoebe, and just trying to really check out how people are using new technologies to do things differently. Kim Gordon's doing sort of art show / gig events, very cool stuff. And I wouldn't know unless I was, really trying to participate in the social media game, which I haven't been doing. So yeah, but I gotta say, Bright Eyes is just
Wow.
really love them. I mean, what kind of music you call that? You know, talk about a band you could totally can't categorize.
Kira just said she's left-handed, but she plays bass right-handed.
This is correct. When I started, I thought the left hand was going to be the hard part, and then I found out that the right hand was the hard part once I played with a drummer, and it was kind of too late because I tore up my my right hand pretty good playing with a drummer pretty early. So I don't think I could do it the other way. But yes, the answer is if a kid was to ask me, I would definitely tell them to play left-handed if they're left-handed.
Can Kira show us her Academy Award?
I don't have the hardware. This is a fake news. I was on a team that got the award, and the supervisors are the only ones who get the awards. Now with the Emmys, it's different. The whole team gets an award. So I have 2 Emmys in there. And what's really cool about the Emmys is that they have these kind of wings that are pointy. I mean, it would make a great weapon. It's by the front door. And if anyone were to come in, man, those things, it's heavy, and it's got these 2 pointy things, and I'm like right there. But I'm not violent or anything.
And this is
The murder weapon was an Emmy.
and this is
They'll never figure it out. Yeah, there you go. Holding Miami.
Great.
Gosh, you've got everything. Where the hell are you getting all this stuff?
listen. This is what I do for a living.
Oh my goodness gracious. That is Peter Brown, the supervisor of the show. And there's a guy from England who did all my ADR recording. This is the dialogue team and the supervisor celebrating winning a dialogue Emmy. Oh, I got it handed to me right here.
No,
by my husband. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about with these horns?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, they're sharp.
Yeah, they are sharp. They're totally sharp, right? Yeah. Oh, look, there's my puppy in the background too, trying to get out. Yeah, these are totally sharp, these points. It's crazy, right?
Wow.
Anyway, I don't usually have them in the background or anything, but
how did you get into that line of work? Is it something you went to school? Is it?
No, I did not. It was a total fluke, like so much of my life, right? Oops, I got into Black Flag. Oops, I was working in computers, actually, and my brother was composing for a student film that this guy was working on, and he had me come in and do some bass work. And I met this guy who's doing sound for movies. He was just starting. He had a tiny little company. He was just working on student films and like really low budget stuff. And I quit my computer job where I was making pretty good money and said, I'll take $8 an hour. I'll answer your phones. I'll, learn the craft. I'll run errands. I'll do whatever it takes so that I can do something new, because I thought computers and sound, I can use all the skills I have, and I won't have to work in the corporate world, because the corporate world was really kind of driving me crazy, trying to look like a normal person. The film industry is a little more creative, so something like purple hair is no big deal. Right. But the corporate world, I couldn't figure out how to dress. It was a nightmare. Nylons and heels,
Yeah. So things just sort of played out, and
and I got successful completely, just luck and meeting the right people and working my tail off when opportunities came.
Yeah.
Right.
Hobo K says, it's wild how punks have been so prominent in the arts, books, painting, producing, mentoring. It's wonderful. You know what I've said many times is I feel that like punk, hardcore, whatever you want to call it, is kind of a portal. And a lot of very young people travel through this portal. And it's their first taste and their first sense of, wow, I can be creative. Like it is.
Right.
And especially the first wave of American hardcore, which is what I can speak for. Right. The most prominent message to me was like, get up, get out.
Do your own thing. Yeah.
Make it happen, motherfucker. Go.
Right.
What are you waiting?
Start your own band, do your own thing. Yeah.
Fanzine. Whatever.
The club scene, the more get away from arena rock and you start thinking about the club scene, and like that tells you can start the band, you can do it. I can get up on that stage. It was so much more intimate at first that it felt it felt like it empowered. And,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm hoping is happening here with social media. Is there's a new thing that's empowering. It doesn't have to be the same, but it's creating community and it's creating new ways of collaborating. And you know, people have to jump on board and keep finding new ways, because man, otherwise it's a dark world if you just sit there and take it.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah. It makes creativity very accessible
and necessary.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a good one. Did you always feel safe in Black Flag, or was there ever a point? Because I mean, things were still. I went to a couple shows when you first joined, and there was still a lot of like potential violent situations. People were coming to. I mean, people were still coming to Black Flag shows in '94, wanting to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
They sort of didn't really get the memo that things that they wanted to come and just and. Were there any scary moments for you, sort of when you with the band?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hardest for me was the Europe tour, because people there hadn't seen anything since the videos when Henry had skinhead, right? And so Henry shows up with long hair, and we're doing these slow songs, right? And so people are really kind of disappointed and upset. And Husker Du was supposed to tour with us, and they drop out, and we've got Nig Heist, who's like the sound guy's band, you know,
Mugger and
right, yeah. So it was like people were a little bit upset, and there were things like dropping full cans of beer on my head, and you know, and like just trying to. Especially like folding chairs, throwing folding chairs. You know, there's a couple of events where you feel a little vulnerable because you're holding the bass, right? So you don't have your hands totally available unless you stop playing, which of course is not allowed. So how do you defend yourself when stuff starts flying at your head, you know?
Yeah.
But you also have the bass in your hands so you can hit back, you know, which if anybody comes close to me, I'll hit them with that. Yeah, I mean, I was slammed against the wall a few times in the girls' bathroom, you know, some stuff like that. But for the most part, I was lucky. I had a really bad incident in Long Beach, actually, here in LA. We were doing an instrumental gig, and some girl got me on the bathroom floor and was smashing my head on the bathroom floor and grabbed my hand
over what
and squished my hand back like this. So when she did that, I knew she knew who I was, right? Because she was purposefully trying to make it so that I couldn't play. And it turned out to be this weird inside job from these weird women who thought that I think, you know, the lesson I learned, and it took a while to unravel it all, was that you got to be careful with band members' girlfriends and stuff, and not let them feel like you're not seeing them and stuff. You need to connect with the whole group, because people can assume that you have some relationship with the guitar player or whatever that you don't
Good
have.
advice.
You know, I think that it's important to not act like people are invisible. I think I did that. I think I acted like girlfriends were invisible because I was so focused. I was going to school, and I was just in my own thing. And you can't do that with people. You can make people feel really angry. And I think that was a good lesson. And I try to take a lesson out of it, right? But the big thing was I still played.
Well, the lesson on the other side of it is like to them is like, you know, not everybody wants your man, you know, like calm down, you know,
right. Yeah,
down.
I didn't, but I was spending more time with him than they are, you know, so it's hard. It is hard. I get it. You have to be conscious of what's going on with everybody around you. You can't just ignore certain people because you don't got time. You know, it just doesn't work that way. You know, everybody wants to be heard and seen, and it was a good lesson. Like I said, I've been kicked out of every band I've ever been in. I'm still learning how to be a good person around people. You know, I'm pretty fine on my own, but when it comes to dealing with people, I'm still working on it.
That's actually really good. That's actually really good advice. Being in a band, it's important to acknowledge people's significant others, and not create a divide. I can testify to that. And it's tough it's tough when you're in a band, these kind of dynamics with significant others. I mean, we've all heard that Aerosmith broke up over throwing milk.
Yeah,
One wife
right.
threw milk at another,
Right.
and they didn't speak for 10 years. It's sad when other elements get involved, but that's old news. Pat Baldwin asks, what's the story behind the short-lived group Sex Sick?
Sex Sick was my attempt to have a girl band, which didn't go very well. I have a very good friend at the time, Michelle Bell, who was nickname was Gerber, who wanted to sing and be in a band, and so we started writing songs. She found a guitar player and a drummer, and we, for a little while, held the girl thing together. And then the drummer flaked out, so we pulled a guy in to play drums, and we did do a couple shows. But my experience was that playing with girls was difficult. Maybe because I'm a tomboy or whatever. Playing with guys, if everybody acts like playing music is just, that's what we're doing, going to practice, whatever. But women have a tendency to add a little bit more drama and emotion to the scene that I found difficult to work with when I had always been in bands with guys, and I'm sure it works with other people. Clearly it works for other people, but it just didn't work for me, so it didn't last very long, and I started playing with other people.
There you go. Yeah. Joshy, what do you got, Josh? Thank you for being in series 1 of the cards, Kira.
Yeah. All right.
I have the deck in my car, actually, and
nice.
When I do the alternate side of the street parking thing here in New York City, I got to sit in the car for a while, so
nice.
I left in the car. Let's see what else we got. Post your questions, people.
I have a question. So
go ahead.
Before your punk days and everything, what was the first music that you connected with, or what was your first record? Do you remember the first record?
Yeah. I think the first record I bought was Yellow Brick Road by Elton John.
Ooh.
But another record that I got that shows a little bit about my was called Music for Torching, Billie Holiday cassette that someone gave me. And Billie Holiday has became one of my great idols from that long ago, like junior high.
Wow.
13 years old, and I had this cassette of her and this unrequited love and the emotions and the way she made me feel.
Wow.
This is this thing that has become my idea of what music is this way to make people feel, right? And she was doing it, going around from table to table during Prohibition, making different versions of songs just to entertain people and stuff. I mean, she was amazing and totally fucked up and had a hard life, so had all of the things that I could identify with, right? But that and Yellow Brick Road, I remember early influences, but very early too. I got into Bowie and the Rolling Stones. Was a big phase there at like 14. And listened to nothing but that for a year, maybe straight, like staying up all night listening to those records.
Yeah.
And then, punk rock happened by the time I was 16, so everything kind of went really quickly from between 12 and 16. It was just a blur. Yeah. My brother was listening to like prog rock bands and Jethro Tull and Yes and like the Beatles, like that was more him. So I was being exposed to that secondhand, but I had my own choices in these ones I'm talking about.
Is this the infamous?
That's it. That's the.
Wow.
It's 3 of the 4. The guy is not the drummer, so that's me and Michelle hugging sort of, and the guitar player Melissa from Sex Sick. Yes, that is it, man. You nailed it.
Hobo Cakes asks, did you ever compose on piano still, since it's the instrument you started off with?
I have not gone back to piano since I was 11 years old. I quit because Paul was better than me, and I couldn't keep up with him, and I just never went back. For me, the bass doesn't feel like a hindrance. I get that other people don't write on bass. It just doesn't feel like a hindrance to me. It feels like part of me. It's been part of me for so long, you guys. It feels like just my other arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still own the blue Rick?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I didn't. The only bass I've had stolen that I haven't gone back was a blonde Rick. That was my first Rick.
Right.
I got when I was like 14. But that one was stolen during at a Twisted Roots studio. That was like a walkout. Like, okay, you can leave your shit, and then we come back, and a bunch of our shit gets stolen.
Yep.
Yay!
Happened to me.
I don't ever leave my guitar anywhere after that. But
burned once.
But yeah, I have the blue one that I played the whole tour with. It's actually at my brother's studio on the wall, and people can play it if they choose to when they're recording at his place.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually an available bass if you go to Kitten Robot Studios.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking for a photo. This from, I don't know if this makes sense. I'm just going to read it as a. Did she mission down to LA Art District, Al's Bar, and the old Chinatown punk rock chaos? Respects to Kira.
Yes, definitely been to Al's Bar a bunch of times. And then, of course, Chinatown, the Hong Kong Cafe was the big one there. And I went there a lot. We played there once as Sex Sick. I went to a lot of Germ shows. What I would do is I would show up at soundcheck and help bands with their equipment so I could get into the show. And like the Germs, I was always roadieing for them and trying to keep them plugged in. And I did a lot of roadieing at the Hong Kong Cafe because, again, we were broke. So to get into a gig, I had to work. So I learned to use that as a tool to get into some shows. And I've traveled with the Avengers that way, went down to San Diego with them because I used to roadie for them when they would come to town from San Francisco. So that was part of what I did. I roadied for the Screamers quite a bit. So, it was just one of the ways that I could be connected to the music was to help move the shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here's an interesting one. I think this is New Year's, one of your New Year's Eve sort of home cooking shows. That's a good one.
Okay. The same show. Same show. Heavy Friends. That's a different angle on the same show. You can see Paul now next to me.
Right. I'm
wearing that same outfit that Stan, and you can see Nikki Beat better and Darby. Just a better picture of the same show. 1978, 79. Yeah, okay, it was New Year's. I thought Christmas. Yeah, it's not the mask. It's the new mask. That's incorrect. It was after the mask got shut down.
Was Nikki Beat and the Heavy Friends, was that just a one-off?
Yeah, it was totally a one-off.
One
We did a song from the Screamers. We did a song from the Dickies. We did a song from the Weirdos. We did a song from the Germs. It wasn't even a full set. It was just a few songs. It was a lark. It really was. And like I said, I was nobody. It was like all these Heavy Friends and me. So it was definitely a one-off. And Stan had a really hard time playing the other band's shit.
Yeah.
Trying to play Pat's parts,
How great is it to roadie for the Screamers?
How great is it to roadie for Screamers? Well, my brother was in the band, so I had a little bit of an in, to be fair. But it was great. I went to New York actually with them. I spray painted on the club walls and got in trouble. Got my whole pay taken away from me to pay back the club for spray painting because I was like, "Hey, there's no spray paint on the wall. Let's be punk rock. We're from LA, right?" And I got in big trouble for that. But yeah, a good time was had. At that time, we were using a baby grand piano, so roadieing was not that much fun. It was heavy and a lot of work. But also, I got to see them a lot of times, which was one of my favorite bands. Them, the Weirdos, the Avengers, Germs were my favorite bands.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And Black Flag, by the way, when they started coming up, I saw every version of them, and they were all very good.
Yeah. Any
Getting back to the album, which, by the way, I'm just looking. The pre-order, the vinyl comes on this gorgeous lavender vinyl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
There's the QR code, everybody. Have at it.
Lavender. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's called Orchid. Yeah,
Yes.
I picked the color. I thought it was really cool. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
So,
you.
is there a song on there that I guess was particularly meaningful for you to have on that record? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, well, I wrote the song Enigma about my friend Glenn Brown, who I have known so long, and I always found him to be an enigma. It was very hard to get through a wall. There was always a wall, you know, and yet we were around each other so much, and we played so much music together, and I felt so connected to him, and yet it always felt like it was hard to get through. And so the song was really my attempt to sort of look back now that he's gone and talk about that feeling, and you know, maybe there's someone in your life that you felt that way about, that you just couldn't quite get through to. You know, I wish I had been able to get through to him. He struggled with alcohol like so many of us, you know, and it just couldn't get through that we're all here for him, and we all loved him, you know. I got together with his kids after he was gone, and, you know, sort of celebrate his life. We have all this music from, like, the whole thing is archived. I mean, we have cassettes going all the way back of all this great stuff that we all did, and so we shared that with his kids, and then I wrote this song. So I would say Enigma has to be the one that really has the warm, fuzzy connection.
Yeah.
And I thought it was perfect song to end the record with.
It is. It's a beautiful way to end the record. It's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
There it is, gang. The QR code is there, and
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. Really nice.
Let me see. Oh, Hobo Cake says, love to know you're collaborating with Petra again.
Of course, I always collaborate with her when I get a chance to. She's one that I would love to find a way to do a collab gig with, so that she could sing live on the songs, and I could play with her some stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about that, like how we could do that, but again, the magic has to happen. You know, it happened before; it'll happen again. Right?
Just be patient.
Yeah, that's right. Be ready.
Well, yeah, you know, one thing I've learned is that it's all cyclical in nature, right?
That's right.
And you know, I try not to get too uptight, because things are going to come back around again, and I do believe in a good work ethic, and just be, like you said, when it comes back around, just be ready.
Be ready and grab on. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're writing these songs and in your daily playing and stuff like that, how do you decide what becomes a song, and then maybe perhaps what is too much, what you need to keep private, or do you keep anything private? Do you throw
Not really. I mean, I might tell the story in a way that's sort of tongue in cheek, right? I may tell the story in a way that hides some elements of the reality of it, but nothing is off the table. And I think that what happens is I make them all. I make all the songs, and some of the songs I just end up liking better, or thinking are better to take further, if you will, like to take to my brother's place and work on. But lately I've been taking stuff to them because I don't write a lot of songs, right? I write kind of one here, one there. So I'll take the latest one to them and just work on it. And some of them that I didn't think were going to really hit, you know, I'm really into it. Now I'm like, if I do a live show, that song's going to be in the set.
Yeah.
I have a protest song that I did for this what is the word? You know, when a compilation record. Yeah. It's got a bunch of protest songs on it. And I wrote this protest song specifically for it. And it's called This Is Why, because this is why, like, what's happening right now. This is why punk rock happened. Like, what's happening with young people, right? Like, come on, guys. This is why we broke out here. This shit's crazy right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, New York City here.
Yeah. Hello.
Right, New York City, right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Crazy.
We asked about the current Black Flag lineup. We're past that.
Yeah, we did it,
We're good.
and we love it.
We did it, and it was handled very graciously. I must say.
I like this were your parents surprised that they created two punks?
Where's that? I don't see that.
I think what my
here it
parents,
is. Yeah.
I think what my parents did was basically be in complete denial that they created two punks. Really, my father is a complete conservative freak and would never really admit that he had two punks for kids. He has a real hard time keeping track of how much we want to burn down everything, and my mom too is in a lot of denial. You know, they're 90 now, but the whole time they're still alive, which is crazy. But anyway, the whole time it was sort of like my dad be like, I'm just not into that kind of music. You know, he would just sort of act like, I'm just not interested in, I don't like that kind of music. He only listens to classical music only. Okay. And
but
my mom
did something that was kind of, didn't your dad leave a corporate job to go off to become
an underwater photographer? Yeah. You would think he would get it, right? Totally, but he's so self-involved. I mean, look, I should keep this a little bit friendly, but the bottom line about my parents is that they just wouldn't say to you, if you asked them about their kids, they would talk about something like, they would say Paul had a studio and Kira works in Hollywood, you know, and keep it like sort of at that level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
we're not going to use the word punk. We're not going to hear that word out of their mouths.
But they were. But I feel like it was kind of rebellious. You know, they both sort of.
For sure.
They're just not it.
My mom married a guy who they lived on a sailboat and didn't have any money, and they just kind of like barely got by and kind of said, I don't want to be part of the corporate world. And, you know, they both lived very magical lives and then didn't want to see what we called magic.
Right. Right.
That, you know, sometimes it's really hard to be open-minded, right? That open-mindedness is something that if you lose track of it, you could miss a whole generation that's doing really cool stuff. Like, I'm not part of there's no cool music out here. You know, there's cool music all the time. It's us that have to stay open-minded and keep an eye out.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, that's
you're my favorite bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you're gonna
love Takira from Joel.
Joel, thank you.
Hey, you're right. You got it, Joel. A funny picture that came across the radar screen, because I think I've seen it 1,000 times until fairly recently. I realized that you were in the middle of these two, kind of photobombing it. Right in the middle of these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one, I did date Henry for like 6 months before I was in Black Flag. So I would say that that's what's happening here, is that he and I were probably at a gig together. Mm-hmm. And he was very close with the Misfits guys. And, you know, I'm just, and again, photographs happen rarely. So I'm smiling.
Yeah.
Put that smile on, Kira.
Yep.
That's a good one, though. Was it weird, or was it Fleetwood Mac-ish joining Black Flag with like a former boyfriend?
Okay, so when he called me to say, Chuck's out, do you want to be in Black Flag? He said, there won't be anything between us, you know. So that was awkward.
Don't get any ideas.
Just so you know.
Just so you know, you're going to join this band. But
if you join this band, there ain't going to be nothing between us. So it was anyway, it was very clear that part of our relationship was over before I joined the band. Awkward? No, I mean, I think you've already picking up on this idea that a lot of ways I'm more comfortable around guys than I am around girls, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so for me, hanging out with the guys is more normal. Now, the guys don't always react that way, right? They don't always see me as one of the guys, but I tend to like my biggest mistake sometimes is because I think I'm just hanging out being one of the guys, and then all of a sudden, oops, someone has a thing, and you're like, oh no, I was just being one of the guys, right? But
stay away from my boyfriend.
Yeah, right. all that stuff.
Yeah.
But stuff, yeah. But the bottom line is, for me, it's like, one of the guys, and Henry was. I felt like I understood him better because I knew him,
Right.
before, and I understood that the guy is super funny, which is one of the reasons I really liked him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think he's really doesn't like people that much. And being a singer in a band, he's got people in his face all the time. So it creates this sort of rage, right? Because he's dealing with people like in his face all the time. And but on his own, like just left to his own devices, Henry's fine, right? It's just that I think he put himself in a position where he was having to be in people's faces a lot, and it wasn't the best position for him really as a personality. Anyway, I came to feel like I understood a little bit. So when he would act that way, like kind of leave me the fuck alone way, which he acted a lot, I get it. I'm like, leave me alone too. Like let's all just leave each other alone. More leave alone, please. That would be what Bill would say.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Just one more here. Everybody's favorite. I see Kim Gordon and Gene Simmons.
Oh gosh, yes, this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Steve McDonald.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Mike and I hung out with Kim and Thurston a lot, and we happened to be on our way actually to Holland to play some Dose shows, and we stopped in New York to see Kim and Thurston, and we went out and ended up in this predicament. And again, there was a photographer around, and he caught me with my eyes closed.
Yeah. Yep. And is that right? Henry's doing some amazing stuff right now with the Cramps.
Yeah, Henry is always doing amazing stuff. That's one thing I always admired about him. He's definitely one of those people who grabs onto things. He writes books. He's doing radio programs, right? He stopped doing music because he realized kind of what I'm saying. He could be more effective in other genres and other ways, and he has been very effective. He did fundraising stuff for Africa. Dose played a benefit for getting water to people in Africa that weren't able to get water. I mean, he's a guy who will keep doing stuff and helping people and affecting the world until he dies, for sure.
Are you on mute?
Sorry.
Yeah. So there was another good question from Hobo Cakes. It was something to do with, touring with a bunch of punks. What was the grossest thing? What was the grossest thing that you've ever experienced?
Well, the smell. I mean, the smell. Jesus, you got to remember the best place to be in the van with a bunch of guys is to be in the driver's seat, right?
Yep.
Which I did eventually. By the last tour, I got to be driving quite a bit. But
So the windows down and
yeah,
the air
exactly, exactly. Look, you're sweaty, you're tired. I didn't pay a lot of attention to the stuff that was super gross. Like I just stayed out of it, and tried to find. Privacy is really hard to find. So if the van was empty, I might go sleep in the van, or we would literally crash at people's houses. Like we weren't staying in hotels, right? We would say at the end of the gig, like, "Hey, does anybody have a place to crash?" And we would crash there, right? So so it's like finding a space to get away was hard, So yeah, we dealt with all of each other's most intimate gross things, but
grossness.
But I'm not. I don't think about those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go with the smell. The smell.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everyone that what brings us here together
on
this Sunday. Hallelujah.
Father's Day, no less.
Father's Day and my wife's birthday.
And your wife's birthday.
Is Enigma.
Yes.
It's out now. And here on the upper left is the QR code. It is a fantastic album. We enjoyed listening to it this week. So don't hesitate, friends of the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, pick up this record.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any plans for, like, what does the future hold for Enigma? Any kind of plans? What to do with it?
Well, like I said, I'm going to try to promote it as only I can do, which means I'm not a marketing genius, so I'm going to wait for something magic to happen, and something magic is going to happen, and then I'm going to jump on board with it, and then like I'm going to be on tour with somebody who wants to play with me, and then we're going to do a bunch of shows, and then
we're going to come out to see you,
right, and then I'm going to and then I'll make some more songs, and I'll make another record.
Yay.
Okay. I don't know. Look, like I said, it's open-minded about what's happening next, but I don't have a game plan yet. I just have a clear intention to support the record in any way I can, and I think social media is going to help me with this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well, it is right now.
It is right now, and I think it will continue to going forward.
The show's streaming on social media. So,
yep, it's what we're doing right now here. It's what we're here for. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I love the artwork. Yeah, the artwork is great.
Oh, thank you. I love it too.
Yes.
I'm very happy.
Not sure what this means. I so wish you'd go out with Alice Bag or play Mosswood Meltdown.
Exactly. Me and Alice should go on tour, but she's very punk. I mean, she'd sound pretty big and loud next to me, but I would do it if she wanted me to. I would do it. But that's the thing, is like it's gotten to the point where I just have that right thing has to happen. But I appreciate that thought. Keep sending that energy forward, and something will happen.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Do good things, and good things will come to you.
Right. It's my experience is that my life has been way more than I could have ever planned it out myself. So why would I, assume that this is it? Why I just assume that the next thing will come, and it's my job not to be afraid. I want to go to New England. Hello. I want to go with Kim Gordon. She's got a tour plan. Did she ask me? No. What am I supposed to do? Call her up?
Yeah. But yeah, we're patient. We wait for things to come back around.
I love the energy. I love the thoughts. Keep those thoughts coming.
Good.
Yes. Yeah.
Last thing, Aura, she might have seen where slam dancing started.
I did see the transition from pogoing to slam dancing. Some people got very confused. We were pogoing and like bumping into each other in a happy-go-lucky kind of way. And some douchebag decided that what we were really doing was slamming into each other. And, slam was created, and we stopped being able to stand in the middle and watch the bands because we were getting knocked on our asses.
We get knocked on our asses by Jack Grisham and his friends from OC.
And now it's like some shows you can't even stand off to the sides.
There were clubs in LA where I wouldn't go, even back in the days. Like Fleetwood, I would not go there. It was too much like you weren't going to get to see the band.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It had nothing to do with like I'm so down on the people, but I want to be able to watch the show.
Sure. Hobo Coast, you're such a real one, Kira. What kind of breed is Billy, your newest pup?
Billy turns out to be a Yorkie Silky Terrier mix. She's small and got really big ears like a Yorkie does. And she's about 11 or 12 pounds.
Cool.
But she's got a lot of energy, and I don't think we were quite prepared for the puppy energy in our house when we first got her. We both got COVID right after we got her, and we were really sick, and she was running around like needing attention and stuff, and we were like, go out on the patio and do your business and leave us alone. No, she's a joy. Dogs are a joy, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Very sweet.
Is there anybody you want to thank? Is there anybody you want to shout out?
I want to thank you and Lori, first of all. And I'm going to really thank Paul Rossler and David Bach, whose contributions to this record are just something that I could never have done it without in a million years. I'm lucky to have found them. I mean, I've known Paul since the day I was born, but you know what I mean. Found him in terms of found a way to work with him that came out, I feel like, so magically.
Yeah. And I'm looking for the
final thing you're going to throw at me.
No, the PR, Mike.
Oh,
Mike from Earshot Media.
yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, he's the one that connected us. Well,
Yes.
you were on the show before, but I'm on the
Right.
mailing list. I said,
Right.
Kira's got a new record. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. Earshot Media is helping me
great.
get the
Really
word
great.
out. I have another friend that's helping me get the word out. We're really working on it. We're trying to get the word out to outside of the U.S. too. I got an interview with Australia next week. So
Wow.
Yep. I'll get the links up in Women of the Pit as well.
yay!
And for the album, I can't wait to get my hands on it. So.
Are you coming out on my way to play anytime soon, you guys?
We're trying. You know how it goes now. It's not
I
as
do.
easy. It's not as easy as it used to be.
I know.
You know, we got a couple of weekend runs on this end, but you know, as of right now, if we come out there, it's a couple months away.
Yeah, understood. Well, keep us posted,
I will.
okay?
Thank you so much, Kira. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. That
There
was
you go.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
She's awesome. She's
Fantastic.
super kind. Just the kind of guests we love on the show.
Yeah.
You know, we were just chatting it up, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Just a heads up to everybody that 1 week from today, it is my birthday. This is my birthday show. Jeff Ladd is going to be on talking about his new book. A couple of days, week and a half after that, Pat Flynn, who Larry Kelly, it was very pushed to get Pat Flynn on the show. Here we go from Have Heart and Fiddlehead. You are co-hosting the Joey Vera show.
Another great bassist.
Another great bassist, Joey Vera. Bob Burt. I hope Joel has his voice back because he doesn't have it back yet.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It's
he's gonna just have to he's gonna have to sign language, flashcards.
Yep.
Something.
Blag from the Dwarves is coming up July 26th. Ty Tonkin from Slapshot August 2nd. Jason Goldberg, Bad Luck 13, August 5th. Milo from the Descendants, Sunday, August 16th. And of course, if you haven't heard, the big 450th episode is Bill Ward from Black Sabbath will be on the show. So that's the big one. Bill Ward from Black Sabbath.
I'm still pinching myself over that one.
Yeah. kind of crazy. But that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Drew, you're turning 39. Ha! Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I'm turning 39, bro. Yeah, don't forget Bill Ward on the 450. No. What else?
No, we won't forget.
I guess some people didn't really know. Yeah. Oh, is that right? Bob Burt just came out with an album, covers Richard Hell. Okay. Don Bowles, Drew. That's a good one. Yeah, we need Don or maybe Pat. Yeah, we need a Germ show. Here. I agree with you on that one. So, but that's what's up. All right.
Yeah. So we will see many of you next Saturday.
1 week from today, of course, is Punk Island.
Stay strong and soft.
Listen, let me just put it out there for everybody so they understand it. Listen, if you come to Punk Island and you use the porta potty and you don't want to use that cardboard paper that they give you to wipe your ass with, well, come see Lori Dawn at the Women of the Pit table, and we will get you some nice, soft Charmin to put on your tushy. All right?
There you go. And we also have some protection.
We're user friendly at the Back to New York Hardcore Roots table.
Yes.
We're gonna have drinks. Actually, I gotta deal with that this week.
Yeah, I have to pick up some waters and stuff like that too. So it's
next week, right? We're talking a week from Sunday.
Yep. Make sure if you're coming, bring your sunscreen, bring plenty of water and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a long day under the sun. So, yep. It'll be a lot of fun.
Who's next? Oh, Jeff Ladd on my birthday, 1 week from today. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a good year. I don't have time to bum out because the years are so exciting and so good. So,
yeah.
Oh, another thing out there, everybody. The New York Hardcore Chronicles Live is looking for a new sponsor. Some people go, some people come, some people go. If you want to be a part of it with, the Texas Silver Rush, Generation Records, Minty Fresh, Gamma Bass, Women of the Pit, reach out. We're looking for a new sponsor. Could be a month. We can make a 3-month deal. But DTFM has moved along, and 126 Hardcore Clothing and She Devil Coven, they've kind of moved on. So we're looking for anybody new that wants to sponsor. Reach out. So can we hear Lori Dawn's guitar skills?
Soon.
Soon
You'll be hearing my bass skills.
Are the Knick fans done trashing New York City? Horrible, man. You see some of that violence, beating up on people like that, man. And I got offered tickets to go to the Knick, that Knick game when it was on the screen in Madison, and I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to pass. I don't need to be in the middle of that.
I mean, that's just, I feel like that's everywhere where you just have a lot of people and some alcohol.
Well, this was like in this environment, mobs of people, like.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Robert Hogg, great show, and shout out to Scotland having the party of their life in America. Now heading down to Miami to take on Brazil.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is that how it works? What, did Scotland win up in Boston and now they're going down to Florida? Is that how it happens?
Yeah, they're playing all over the place. So it's
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So.
And by the way, if you come to Punk Island, yes, it's true. My War, we have T-shirts now for My War.
Oh,
Here you go. That's it. My War T-shirts will be on sale right there.
I love it.
Keeping it simple.
Absolutely love it. Cute.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Available at Punk Island on Saturday. Yeah. So. All right.
All right. Go celebrate your wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Rochelle. We love you.
Thanks a lot, Lori. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go, everybody. It's in the bag. It's episode 435. Our guest was Kira. Our co-host was Lori Dawn. My War shirts will be at the My War gigs. Incendiary Device shirts will be at the Incendiary Device gigs. When's ID playing again? When are we playing? Oh, yeah. Well, we're playing. My War's playing Punk Island on Saturday. And then ID is playing On the Streets again, July 19th. And then a couple of weeks later in August, we're playing Savage Mountain Punk Fest with Agent Art and the Effigies and Rebelmatic. And then we got this very cool, I think it's a skate park show in Bethlehem, PA. So, and then My War's doing the park. So lots going on. Listen, if somebody wants the shirt and they're not going to make it to a My War show, just reach out. We got all sizes, and we'll put one in the mail to you. This is it, the official My War T-shirt. They're $20 plus shipping and handling. If you're interested, just reach out. That's simple. Take her to a nice dinner tonight. Yeah, of course. Thank you for another great show. Yeah, all good. Can we get a sample of the My War playlist? Yeah, sure. You want to do that? I'll tell you what we're doing. Let me find that. Here we go. All right. For those that are interested in what My War is playing at Punk Island on Saturday, I will give you the run through right here, right now. For those that don't know, My War is sort of like a celebration of this music. It's like a bit like punk rock karaoke. I play guitar, second guitar in it. And we bring different singers up. So the first song is Sonic Producer, and Steven Messina is going to sing that. Right Brigade and Attitude by the Misfits is Ryan Bland from Ache. Glue is Scott Earth from Silence Equals Death. Of course, Glue, the SSD song. Rochelle Lynn, my wife, is doing Bullet and Possessed. People Who Died, those are people who died. And Rise Above, Davey Hooligan from Enziguri. Little Cro-Mags intro, Crucified and Filler, is Mimi Fugget from the band Fugget. And then Cindy from Lunatics and Tony from Winterwolf. She's going to take over on guitar, and they're going to do Waiting Room by Fugazi and Beat on the Brat. And we are going to finish it. Yes, Possessed by Suicidal. That's right, Possessed by Suicidal. And then we end it with If the Kids Are United. So that's what we're doing on Punk Island. It's going to be great. Come through. It's a week. It's not even. It's Saturday, less than a week, and Lori Dawn and Women of the Pit are going to have a tent right next to us. It's going to be fantastic. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. It was a nice show. Tell your loved ones that you love them. It is important. Life is very short. This is an important thing. Until next time, do good things and do things that touch you.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes.